Hello and welcome to this Easter egg decoration tutorial. So if you want to create beautiful Easter eggs, you can use a variety of colors. Here, for example, I used some cold colors, a combination of cold colors such as green or blue, to which I added neutral colors such as white, and I also added some traces of gold to make the egg look more shiny. Of course, after I have applied the colors, I also applied a gloss varnish to make the egg look more shiny and beautiful. You can make different combinations of colors, but before you start combining the colors to make some beautiful eggs, you have to empty the egg. And I will show you how different methods, how you can empty the content of the egg so that the egg can be decorated. It's important to remove the content of the egg because otherwise the egg might start to smell if there are any traces of egg content left. Here, as you can see, I used some neon colors together with some gold to make the egg look shiny. But I also used simpler combinations. For example, here I used gold, to which I applied some traces of black. And also a simpler combination is this combination of silver and black. So as you can see, you can create different decorations, and I will show you exactly how you can apply the colors to create different designs, as I've shown you these designs here, and to make beautiful Easter eggs. As always, before you start decorating an egg, you have to take the egg and wash it so that the surface is clean, that it has no dirt on it. Then it is important to make a hole in the egg in order to remove the content of the egg. In order to remove the content, you can make either only one hole at the bottom of the egg, or you can make a smaller hole at the top and a larger hole at the bottom of the egg. In this case, you can use a drinking straw, and if you apply air on the top of the egg, the content of the egg will come out through the bottom of the egg into the cup. And to make the hole in the egg, I will use a Dremel. Now let's start making the hole in the egg. This way, like this. So as you can see, now I have reached the inside of the egg, and now I can break this thin layer that covers the inside of the egg. Because the hole that I have created here is larger, the egg should come out through this space. I will break the inside of the egg with a toothpick. And now let's remove the content of the egg. And this way, if the hole at the bottom of the egg is large enough, the content will come out of the egg without a second hole in the egg to be necessary. after you have emptied the egg, you only have to wash it so that it is very clean, so that you can apply the paint or start sculpting it. In order to paint or to carve an egg, I will first remove the content of the egg. In order to remove it, I can either make two small holes, a smaller one at the top of the egg and a larger one at the bottom of the egg, or I can make a larger hole at the bottom of the egg in order to remove the content. I will use a Dremel to make the holes, and in order to, after I have pierced the holes to a certain depth, I will take a toothpick or a fork to break the holes. After I've broken the holes, I will take the toothpick and make the inside of the egg into a pasta with this toothpick, and then it should come out. If I have made two holes, I will take straw, a drinking straw, and put the drinking straw on the top of the egg, and I will apply air on top of the egg. This is how the content of the egg should come out through the bottom of the egg into the cup. Now let's begin creating the hole on the bottom of the egg. Ready, and now let's make the hole on top of the egg. Like this. And now, as you can see, I didn't make the hole right through the egg to the inside of the egg, both here and here. Now I will take the toothpick and pierce the egg like this. And now I will turn the egg into a pasta by means of the toothpick. Like this. I will take and shake the egg. And now the content of the egg is beginning to come out through the hole at the base, as you can see. I will apply the air. And at the base of the egg, the content should come out. If you see that the content doesn't properly come out, you can take the egg and also shake it by carefully covering both holes. Like this. Now it should, the content of the egg should be softer. Like this. And now that I have removed the content of the egg, the next step is to wash the egg, both inside and also on the outside, because as you can see there are traces of egg content on the egg. And then I can start either carving the egg or painting it. And now I will start adding the colors. I will add the colors using a sponge, and I will begin with the first of the colors. As you can see, Prussian blue is darker. And I will apply it over the blue that I had. The next color I will add will be a bit, but not very much, just a bit of green. Now I will add the next color. I will add some white. Now I will add the last color, the golden color. And now I will let the egg dry, and after it has dried I can add a layer of gloss varnish so that the egg looks shiny and the colors look deeper, as well as the fact that the varnish will also guarantee the fact that the colors will be protected. And now that the colors have dried, I will apply a layer of gloss. I will always keep the brush moist so that the colors are easier to be applied, and as you can see, while I apply the gloss, the colors look deeper and more intense. So after I cover the entire surface with gloss, as you can see, they already look shinier and more beautiful. And after I have covered the entire surface of the egg, I will let the egg dry, and the egg is ready. Now that I have emptied the egg and washed it, both on the inside so that it doesn't smell, as well as on the outside so that I can apply the color, I will take a brush and I will start applying the first color, and the first color will be gold. So I'll apply 1 or 2 layers of gold so that the surface of the egg looks totally covered in the golden color, so there shouldn't be areas which are not covered in gold. So I will apply 1 layer, and if it is necessary I will apply another layer just to make sure that the egg is entirely covered in gold. Like this. So for the moment I will let the egg dry, and then I'll apply another layer of gold on this side, and then I will also apply the golden color on the back of the egg. Now that the first layer of color has dried, I will apply a second layer of gold to make sure that the entire surface is covered in gold, in a uniform layer of gold, that there are no traces of the color of the egg. I'll let it dry now. And now that the color has dried, I will start adding the next color. I will add black. I will add black spots on the surface. And now I will let it dry on this side, and then I can add the black color on the other side as well. And now that the color has dried, I will apply a layer of gloss varnish to protect the colors. I will keep the brush moist all the time. Now that I've covered with varnish this area, I will let it dry, and then I will continue covering the rest of the egg. And now that I have emptied the egg and I've washed it, let's apply the colors to the surface of the egg. I will apply some neon colors, and let's begin with the application. I will use a sponge in order to apply the colors. I will again wash the sponge. I'll also put some blue. And now, before I add the last color, I will let the egg dry. And after it has dried, I can add the last color. And now that the colors have relatively dried, I will also add the golden color to the surface of the egg. I will let the egg dry and then I will add the layer of gloss varnish. And now the colors have dried. The next step is to add the gloss varnish to the surface to protect the colors and to make them look shinier and deeper. After I have applied the gloss varnish, I will let the egg dry, and once the varnish has dried, the egg is ready. So, in order to apply the varnish, I will keep the brush moist all the time. So as you can see, the egg already looks more beautiful because it looks shiny and the colors look deeper and more vivid. So I'll continue applying the varnish on the entire surface of the egg and then I will let it dry. And now, after I have washed the egg, both on the inside so that it doesn't smell, as well on the outside so that it is clean and the color can be applied, I will start by applying the first color. I will apply a silver color first on one side and then on the other side after one side has dried. And I'll make sure that the entire surface is covered in silver so no traces of the egg underneath are left visible. So if it is necessary, I will put two layers. I will apply 2 layers of silver color. Like this. So I've applied a single layer on this side. I will let it dry and then I will apply another layer of silver color so that I make sure that the entire surface is covered in a uniform layer of silver. So I will let it dry now. Now I will apply a second layer of silver color because the first layer has dried. And now again I will let it dry and then I will apply on the other side as well. Now that the egg has dried, I will start to apply the next color. I will apply black spots on the surface. I will leave the egg to dry on this side, and after it has dried on this side I will also apply the black color on the other side. Now that the color has dried, I will start adding the gloss varnish. I will keep the brush moist all the time. Now I've covered this side of the egg and I will let it dry, and then I'll continue with the other side.